What is the key to a stress-free retirement? Well, it's to spend less than you make over a long period of time. It's as simple as that. But this requires an understanding of contentment and the discipline to diligently execute a plan. In order to get a grasp on contentment, an important question has to be answered in your life. How much is enough? It is of utmost importance to define your lifestyle cap and create a cash flow system to support that decision. So often our focus is on making a lot of money when really it doesn't matter how much we make, it matters how little we spend. Benjamin Franklin is credited with a great quote, and he says, "Contentment makes poor men rich, discontentment makes rich men poor. If passion drives you, let reason hold the reins." Now, we've all heard the cautionary tale in literature, film, and music. One pursues money in order to afford the ability to live a life of purpose and significance, only to fall into the trap of losing their sense of purpose in that pursuit of money. Well, contentment allows us to know that happiness and peace never come from our possessions, but with a life lived in pursuit of purpose and meaning. The interesting thing about contentment is it applies to everybody, whether we feel that we don't have enough or if we have more than enough. And this contentment allows a sense of clear vision to determine which areas of spending can be reduced for the greater good of margin creation. So once your contentment has created margin, it's now time to create and diligently execute a long-term plan. The book of Proverbs tells us the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. There are multiple trails leading to the same financial destination, but they all traverse the same terrain of contentment and diligent planning. Consider two people who wish to have $1 million at age 65. The first person is 20 years old and the second is 30 years old. Assuming a 7% annual compounding rate of return, the 20-year-old will have to save around $3,000 per year for a total of $135,000 in order to attain that million at age 65. While the 30-year-old, starting 10 years later, will need to save more than double that amount, $6,400 a year, for a total of $224,000. Now, in my 20 years of the financial industry, I have seen so many people who have defined their level of contentment, creating margin for themselves to save small amounts of money over a long period of time. I watched a college student decide that food, shelter, and the pursuit of his education was his lifestyle cap. This allowed him the margin to graduate college with over $100,000 saved. And he carried this understanding into his career and is now adding $35,000 a year to his investments. He's on pace to have over $2 million by the age of 50. So the lesson would seem to say that one must begin early in your journey, and it's true. Doing so allows you to have results while investing less on a consistent basis. However, I've seen people successfully navigate a second alternative path, again, with contentment and diligent execution. I've watched the journey of a family who decided to use that margin to pay down all of their debts, including their mortgage, for a number of years, and then take the discipline that allowed them to accomplish that feat and begin aggressively saving that same margin. You see, their path led them to a place of being able to afford to begin saving later due to their diligent work to accomplish greater margin in the future. They arrived at the same destination of a stress-free retirement. So whichever path you take, you will face the same terrain, traversing contentment and diligent execution of a plan. And that is easiest accomplished by partnering with somebody you trust who has your best interest at heart to help guide, encourage, and push through the difficult moments.